Why yes, welcome to Baker Street, Dr. Watson.
Shave it up!
Sorry, that may be just my lamest intro ever. Hi everybody, Clean Shaver here, and it is Friday again, and I'm excited to bring you another product review where I will be talking about the Big Easy's Soaps and Tinctures shop, 221B Baker Street. Now this is a shaving soap that was sent to me by the owner, Christopher Labiche. I hope I'm saying that right, but he was nice enough to ask for my thoughts on the soap, and I'm happy to give it. So let's get into it. Now, right now, I'm going to actually move up to the corner here and allow you guys to watch me shave with it while I talk about the characteristics of the soap, okay? Without wasting a whole lot of time, let's get right into it. So this soap is from Big Easy Soaps and Tinctures, located in Louisiana. And in fact, they are in Harvey, Louisiana, which I assume is close to what's that town? The Big Easy. Baton Rouge. Just kidding, I know it's New Orleans. Come on, guys. I know it's New Orleans. Anyway, had to go in there for a minute, didn't I? 221B Baker Street. It's supposed to smell like Sherlock Holmes's den. So gonna be heavy on the tobacco, the leather, old books. If any of you have watched my videos before, you know that I grade on 4 things: lather, scent, post-shave feel, and value. So let's get into it. What's the first category?
Lather.
So this soap lathers really pretty well. I gave it an 8 overall. I do think that there is some room for improvement, and I'll tell you why. So this soap in itself is relatively hard. I mean, there is some give there when I really push on it, but it's relatively hard. And so it takes some work with it. Now, a few tips that I'll give with it, if you're looking at this soap, is that I would definitely recommend blooming it. Blooming it not only to release some of the oils, make it a more fun experience, but also to soften the soap a bit, because it can take quite a bit to load it. I found that when I was using brushes that didn't give me a ton of backbone, it took a while to load. And so when I was using like a boar brush, for instance, that was very stiff, it loaded real easily. But I do recommend that you bloom it, soften it, and really try to load it. Don't be afraid to dig into it a little bit with your brushes, depending on the brush. So that being said, once I did load it, it took a little while to get it into that spot where it really worked. I had to work it up a bit. So it wasn't an immediate lather, but once I did really work it up and find that sweet spot, it had some great slickness, great cushion. It just needs to be fine-tuned a little bit. And so I had to knock it down a couple points because I think there's definitely some room for improvement there as far as quickness of the lather and how easy it is to develop. It also broke down on me just a little bit. I found I hit that sweet spot and then it died off a bit. And so I would offer that word of caution if you are looking at this soap. It's not a bad soap. It just takes a little work. And I think that if Chris, if you are willing to take a look at the formula and maybe try to improve on it a little bit, make that lather happen more quickly, I think it could be a real knockout. So 8 on lather. Now what's the next category?
Scent.
That's right, scent. So as far as the scent is concerned, it smells right off the bat. I actually get honey out of this. Something very sweet. It might be a little bit of the vanilla in there, but to me it smells like honey. Once I lather it, I start getting some more of the other notes, the tobacco, the leather, that kind of stuff. But that combination right off the bat, I mean, if I leave the lid off of this, my bathroom will just smell to me like honey. And a couple other little things in there. So its scent strength is right on point. I love how strong the scent is. It might be a little bit strong for some people, but I really like its strength. I do think that some of the other notes could come out a little bit more because I get a lot of the sweetness right up front and it just kind of overpowers everything else. That's just a personal preference kind of thing, but that's why you're watching my video, right? I give it a 9.5 because I feel like it's very strong, very appropriate. I think it could be tweaked just a little bit, But other than that, I have no qualms about it whatsoever. What's the next category?
Post-shave feel.
Post-shave feel. So post-shave feel, I gave it a 9. I feel like it is a very strong soap as far as its protection, its glide, and the actual feeling that it leaves you with when you get it into that sweet spot where the lather is really good and creamy and nice. Great post-shave feel. You can use just about any aftershave with this and not really have any ill effects. To each their own. Your mileage may vary, but I felt like the post-shave feel was very good. And my skin felt good and lubricated, nourished, moistened, moisturized, whatever word you want to use to describe it. I felt like it was very solid. There's probably always room for improvement, so I didn't feel like I could give it the 10, but I felt very comfortable giving it a 9. Now, what's the last category?
Value.
That's right, value. So value, I gave it an 8, and here's why. At $19 for the jar, now they're not real specific about how much actually comes in the jar. I weighed this out, and I think it's probably around 6 to 7 ounces. When I first got it, it might have been closer to 7 ounces. Right here, as I've used it a few times, I think it's closer to 6. But $19 for 6 to 7 ounces, that's right in that $3 per ounce range. And so it's a comfortable range, but I felt like I needed to knock it down just a little bit because of the lather issues. I feel like once those improvements are made, the value mark would go up with it. But I feel like it's just at its current state, it needs to be reworked a little bit to really deserve that $19 price mark. Once it has gone up in that quality, I think definitely worth the 19 bucks. Okay, so that brings our total score to 34.5 out of 40, which is an 86%, 86.25% technically. But so that's a solid B. So a good soap. It's not bad, and I think some people will really dig this scent. It's an interesting take on the den chair kind of a thing, or that lounge, smoking lounge kind of a scent. I really do like it, and I found that it pairs very well with several of my colognes, especially Derby City Chop Shop's Winter Reserve. I also like pairing it with Royal Spice and Latoya, actually. Latoya, I found that I paired that with it today, and it worked very well for me. So I think that people overall will really like this soap, and I hope that you do. If you'd like more information about Big Easy Soap and Tincture Shop, you can find the information down in the description below, and you can check out their wares. They've got some great stuff and very promising new artisan. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Chris comes out with in the near future. Also, you might have noticed in my video that I did a head shave with a new instrument, and it is called the Halftime Razor. I'll be doing a review on that next week, so make sure you stick around next week for that. That's all I have for my review today. Once again, Big Easy Soap and Tincture Shop, Baker Street 221B. Great scent, really good soap, and I hope that they will take some time to refine it a little bit, and it could be absolutely awesome for you. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and find all my social media information down in the description down below, and connect with me there. I'm always looking for input and feedback from my viewers, and so love to hear from you if you have any questions, and hopefully you'll take a minute to check out the Big Easy Soaps. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a great weekend, and be smooth, shave it up. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.